diolch yn fawr iawn i chi am y gwrandawiad. Parod. Yeah, thank you so much for being so quick to shut up. That's very impressive. Okay. Croeso I Westy'r Metropole Llandrindod ac I wobre Lantra Cymru 2024. Welcome to the Metropole Hotel Llandrindod, to the Lantra Awards for 2024. It's 2025 now, mind, but there we are. Moving on. Mae Gwobre Lantra Cymru heno yn cynrychioli 30 mlynedd o ddathlu llwyddiant a dysgu ar draws y sectorau tir ac amgylcheddol yng Nghymru. Tonight's Lantra Cymru Awards represents the 30th anniversary of celebrating achievement and learning across the land-based and environmental sectors in Wales. You'll see a list, by the way, on your tables that if you're willing for your photograph to be used, I think Hugh Anchor Davies is quite keen for his photograph to be used. Yeah, you need to be seen. But please let us know if you're happy for those photographs to be used, because there'll be a lot of people taking photographs this evening. A lot o luniau'n cael eu tynnu. Gwnewch yn siŵr, os da chi ddim, if you're not supposed to be here, or if you're here under a false name, now's your chance to hide. Okay, good. Moving on. Mae'n anrhydedd arbennig I ni gael cwmni'r dirprwy brif weinidog ac ysbrifennydd y cabinet dros faterion gwledig a newid hinsawdd, Mr Hugh Anchor Davies heno. Diolch o galon chi am ddod. Da chi rhoi statws i'r digwyddiad yma. Yn bwysig iawn I ni, a dwi'n gobeithio fydd yn rhoi gwerth i'ch bywyd a'ch gwaith chi wrth fynd ymlaen hefyd. Especially honoured for Hugh Anchor Davies as not just Deputy First Minister, but somebody who has retained his Cabinet Secretariat for Climate Change and Rural Affairs. And I'm really glad you had the balls to do that. Thank you. Okay. Dyma'r 5th tro I ni gynnal y seremoni wych yma yng Ngwesty'r Metropole, ac mae Lantra'n falch iawn o fod wedi gweithio unwaith eto ochr yn ochr â cyswllt ffermio, a Mentera, ffermwyr dyfodol Cymru, aelodau teulu gwobr goffa Brynle Williams, ac wrth gwrs yn darparwyr hyfforddiant a'n colegau. Mae eich cyfraniad chi ar y cyd yn galluogi ni I gyd I gydnabod, I ddiolch ac I ddathlu llwyddiant eithriadol yn y sectorau amaethyddiaeth, garddwriaeth a choedwigaeth. So this is the 5th time. That's what I was saying now. You know, Welsh Government have got a target of 1 million Welsh speakers. Go to it. This is the 5th time we've held this wonderful ceremony here at the Metropole Hotel, and Lantra is delighted to have again worked alongside Farming Connect, Mentera, Ffermwyr Dyfodol Cymru, Future Farmers of Wales, and of course the Brynle Williams Memorial Award family members, and of course our training providers and colleges. Your collective contribution enables us all to recognise, to thank, and to celebrate. That's what we're doing here tonight. Outstanding achievement within our agriculture, forestry and horticulture sectors. So, hoffai Lantra ddiolch I cyswllt ffermio'n arbennig am eu cefnogaeth parhaus i'r gwobre eto heno. So we want to thank, Lantra wants to thank Farming Connect especially for their continued support of the awards again this evening. I'd like to mention very quickly something that's close to my heart before we move on, and that's the importance of farm safety training and how important it is that farmers of all ages learn how to reduce the risks of accidents and work safely. Fel llysgennad i'r bartneriaeth diogelwch Ffarm Cymru, dwi'n un o 4 allan yna. Dwi'n gwybod pa mor hanfodol ydy codi ymwybyddiaeth o diogelwch ar ein ffermydd ni, yn enwedig ymhlith y genhedlaeth nesaf o ffermwyr. I'm particularly focused on the next generation of farmers as far as farm safety is concerned. I've had 2 notifications of farm deaths in the UK so far in January. Thankfully, none of them in Wales, but our record is bad and we need to improve it. You'll see yellow Wellingtons on your tables there. Those represent the Farm Safety Foundation, a small UK-wide independent charity dedicated to the same cause as the Wales Farm Safety Partnership is here in Wales. And I'd like to once again actually thank the Deputy First Minister here, because his department gives a small grant to the Wales Farm Safety Partnership so we can publish things, so we can get signs out and little connections that we can have with our wider agricultural society to get the message across. It's crucial to our development. It's going well, I can assure you, Hugh Anchor Davies. So thank you for your support. In a slight change to our billing now, we will be presenting 2 of our awards before our dinner. Therefore, to get the evening underway, Can I welcome David Llywelyn, Lantra's Chair of Trustees, please to say a few words. I ddechrau'r noson felly, David Llywelyn, cadeirydd ymddiredolwyr Lantra, i'r llwyfan, croeso i chi.
Thank you, Alan. Deputy First Minister, guests. It's fantastic to see over 140 guests joining us tonight from all over Wales for the Lantra Cymru Awards presentation evening. As Alan's mentioned, we value the support of our partners and stakeholders in helping Lantra deliver training and development to thousands of individuals working in the land-based and environment sectors. We would particularly like to thank Farming Connect, NFU Cymru, the Farmers Union of Wales, Future Farmers of Wales, and the further education and higher education colleges, universities and training providers, all of whom are here this evening for helping to make all of that happen. This year, like the last one, has been a busy one for Lantra Wales and Farming Connect, but change continues, and with a new sustainable farming scheme being developed and market uncertainty remaining constant, we all need to continue to invest in the skills and training that will keep our businesses and workforce productive, profitable, and indeed safe. Now, these awards shine a light on talented individuals and celebrate their achievements this evening as they progress their careers, either as students or workers in the agriculture, horticulture, forestry, and environment sectors. And I would like to offer my congratulations to all of those who have been shortlisted tonight. You've done extremely well to get to this stage in the awards. And we wish you all the very best of luck for this evening. And we hope that you have an enjoyable time with your friends, families, and colleagues during the course of this event. So with that, I'll close and we'll move on. But before we get to our meal, I would like to invite the Deputy First Minister to the stage to say a few words and to present the first two of the awards of this evening. Thank you very much indeed.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, ac ti wedi gweld, mae ddau ohonyn ni yn gwisgo'r yr un swt. Sartorial elegance. Diolch yn fawr iawn am y croeso cynnes. Thank you so much for your warm welcome. It's really delighted to join you here in person this evening for this very special celebration of some very special awards, the Lantra Cymru Awards 2025. Now, these prestigious award ceremony have grown exponentially since it first began 30 years ago. 30 years ago, my goodness. Now, I've been invited to present this evening two very prestigious awards, and thank you for the privilege of allowing me to do this. First of all, the Lantra Lifetime Achievement Award, and also the Brynley Williams Memorial Award. A lot of us remember Brynley very fondly indeed. They're both very prestigious accolades. They're quite rightly a highlight of this very special occasion as well. But I just want to say as well, everybody who is here tonight deserves the accolades as well. Everybody who's been nominated, everybody who's come forward here on the path that you're on, because there are some incredible individuals within this room. And we look at farmers and land managers, horticulturalists, foresters and others whose professionalism, whose willingness to embrace innovation and new technologies, and whose commitment to both personal and business development is really driving forward that profitable, sustainable, competitive farming industry here in Wales. And I got to say, you know, sometimes we can be very despondent, but I have to say from where I sit and the engagement that I have with farmers throughout the whole of Wales in all the great diversity, the future for this industry is bright, despite things like the increase in weather extremes that affect our wild soils, our water resources and our livestock. My vision, which I regularly repeat wherever I go, is for that successful, thriving future for Welsh farming. My aim is to provide support to all those producers who operate sustainably, look after our environment, and whose dedication and pride in their work underpins our rural communities. We should take real great pride in what we do here in Wales. It's why we're such a success, and it's why our products are in so sought after as well. And we know, by the way, what a well-adapted, well-prepared Wales looks like for the future. Working together with you, Welsh Government working with you towards a positive future that addresses the risks that we have, the clear and present risks of climate change, that embraces the opportunities that come from that as well, and also reduces inequalities right across our society, both with farmers and those who depend on the produce that you produce as well, to get that nutritious food on the tables of everybody. We recently published, by the way, our climate adaptation strategy for Wales, and we're going to use this to drive wider engagement on the topic of climate adaptation. Why is that so important? Because that's what gives us the future-proof in here, in the farming community and in forestry and in horticulture, as well as across other sectors in Wales. And one of the challenges we have is transitioning to net zero in agriculture. This is a big technical, cultural and societal challenge. We're not doing it on our own, but the agriculture sector, including, by the way, all of tonight's incredible nominees, are going to need significant and ongoing support to ensure that they have the skills and the knowledge to enable this just and timely transition. So I really welcome, I got to say, the excellent work already being done by so many of you to adapt and also to decarbonise and to innovate in decarbonisation on your farms and your businesses. So I intend to continue to support farmers and land managers through this transition and to look for the opportunities, because it's not all burdens. There are real opportunities here where we collectively build that resilience and whose professionalism is a real core indicator of this strong industry. Now, these awards tonight are a really great opportunity to highlight that the benefits of learning, of development and innovation go well beyond individual improvements on any one farm. They also contribute to creating these grand networks of people, like-minded individuals, who are passionate and are committed to ensuring that their businesses thrive in this ever-changing landscape we live in. But behavioural change is the most tricky aspect of this, and it takes real time. Now, look, whilst I don't have to explain to all of those here this evening that really good information to work with, increasing knowledge, better understanding of how to make practical applications on farm are key to supporting this transition towards a sustainable industry. All of you understand that, I'm sure. What we've got to do now is spread the gospel wider so that everybody comes with us on that journey as well, who aren't in this room tonight. So that is why, through the Sustainable Farming Scheme, which we've been working on so much, and thanks for everybody who's contributed to it, farmers will be rewarded for actively pursuing development opportunities and for broadening their learning as well. It's part of it. There will be a requirement to complete a minimum of 6 hours of CPD from a wide range of sources, so long as the outcomes relate to the sustainable land management objectives. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how action taken to further professionalise the industry from scheme launch in January 2026, it's getting closer, contribute to building the capacity and give us that step change in behaviour which balances the environmental, the economic, the cultural, the social factors that farming is in Wales. So I just want to take this opportunity this evening in a few brief words, because I'm the only one now who's standing between you and your dinner coming out. Just to say genuinely, to thank you and to congratulate every single one of this evening's nominees. It is an exceptionally high calibre, I have to say, of the people who've been put forward for awards this evening. Every single one of you, whether you step up to take the main prize or not, is a winner simply by being here this evening and being nominated by your peers. I'm determined that all of you and generations to follow receive the support that allows you to keep on doing your professional development. What we were saying earlier on is you never stop learning. Doesn't matter what age you're at, you will keep on learning. And we'll do that through Farming Connect, delivered by Mentera, and of course through Lantra Cymru as well, which delivers a really key part of the programme for skills and training provision as well. It is your personal commitment to learning new skills, to continual professional development, and your contribution to Welsh farming and the land-based sectors is indisputable. So it's this thirst for learning, your confidence in your own abilities, your willingness to implement and to innovate new technologies that are going to help transform our sector and our industry. Each of you has demonstrated those qualities and skills it takes to be nominated, and you clearly have the standout ability to be selected. You are, in effect, our star performers, the very best of the very best. So, every one of the 2024, even though we're in 2025? No, 20, yeah, okay. Every one of the award winners this evening, the nominees, the winners, the runners-up, all those highly commended, are making a really, truly valuable contribution to this vision of what the future of the industry can be. And so too, by the way, are the land-based training providers and the rural colleges in Wales, approved to deliver Farm and Connect subsidised training courses, who, as always, have nominated such an impressive number of entries and who year on year achieve so much in terms of upskilling our workforce. Thank you all very much. And so, now, on to the two prestigious awards that I'm going to present this evening. First of all, the Brynley Williams Memorial Award. The 2024 recipient is young farmer Dafydd Elfyn Owen from Llandrindod in North Wales, whose joint venture arrangements at Coed Coch Farm Abergele has been supported by Farm and Connect's Start to Farm programme. Dafydd is an outstanding young farmer, an inspiring ambassador for all new entrants to our industry. He's ambitious, focused, resilient, and his management of 2,000 Romney ewes, combined with his strategic insight, is enabling his new share farming partners to continue their journey towards a sustainable and regenerative farming future. We will now see a short video of Dafydd before we welcome him to the stage.
Helo, fi di Dafydd Elfyn Owen. Dwi'n ffarmio yma ar y cyd yn Coed Coch yn Dalwen, ger Abergele, efo Harry Featherstone a Rhys Williams. Dwi'n ffarmio moge Romney, diadell o 2000, a hefyd yn magu heffrod ar gontract. Pan ddath y cyfle yma i hysbysebu, o'n i'n meddwl fe rai fi fynd amdani, ac yn lwcus iawn di cael y cyfle i ddod yma i gyfarfod Rhys a Harry. Oedden nhw'n chwilio am rywun hefo'r run un gweledigaeth tuag at ffermio adfywiol, felly o'n i efo diddordeb mawr mewn hynny a iechyd pridd. Mae'r rhan pwysig ofnadwy mewn joint ventures, bod y pobl yn dall i gilydd ac yn gyfforddus yn gweithio efo'i gilydd ac yn siarad efo'i gilydd hefyd. Felly dwi'n bod lwcus ofnadwy i beidio gorfod mynd i ffwrdd, da ni dal yn bell o'n cymuned lle da ni wedi tyfu i fyny. Felly, ie, ni'n falch iawn hwnna, fod i gwir. Gyda'n 15 mlynedd sydd gynna i, felly fydda i di elwa yn ariannol i ddechrau fo, siŵr braidd. Dwi'n wedi gobeithio. A prynu fewn 5% o'r busnes yn y dechrau. Drwy ddatblygu'r busnes, dwi'n gobeithio fydd hwnna wedi codi'n ei werth. Ond hefyd, o ran datblygiad personol, dwi'n trio cymryd hynny fedra i fewn oddi wrth Rhys a Harry i gael dysgu gymaint am rhedeg busnes a ffermio. Ar ddiwedd y 5 mlynedd, fe gyda i ddewis o aros ymlaen a adnewyddu'r contract am 5 mlynedd arall. Cymryd fwy o gyfrifoldeb ymlaen o ran y busnes y ffarm, neu symud ymlaen a unai dechrau newydd eto ar yn hun, mynd yn ffordd yn hun. Felly mae'r dewis yna iddo fi, i gwir, sydd yn braf iawn i wedi bod yn sôn mewn un ffordd. Mae'r hyblygrwydd yna wedyn i gael wneud yn meddwl i fyny'n hun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dafydd Elfyn Owen. We're going to move ahead now to the Lantra Lifetime Achievement Award for 2024, recognising an individual who has made an outstanding and significant contribution to Welsh agriculture. And this goes to Mr. Stephen James of Pembrokeshire. Hold on now. I can see the shock on his face. Stephen is a Fellow of the Royal Agricultural Societies, Chair of the Wales Animal Health and Welfare Steering Group, and one of Wales's, as you know, most renowned dairy farmers. He's been at the forefront of the industry and a champion of Welsh agriculture for many, many years. And Stephen, even though this is a surprise for you, it's even more of a surprise because we've got a video now as well.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to be asked to say a few words about Stephen James as he receives this award this evening. Stephen's a fantastic ambassador for Welsh farming. He's had a lifetime involved within the sector, educated in Cirencester before spending some time in the US on farms over there and then coming home to the family dairy farm, which he presently farms with his wife Joyce and his son Daniel, milking cows but also keeping some beef and a bit of a small arable operation as well. So a huge involvement. He's presently as the Animal Health and Welfare Framework Chair within Welsh Government, working closely with the CVO and Welsh Government on TB policy. And TB was one of the things that I think brought him into NFU Cymru originally when he started getting involved in politics, and he went on through the ranks from the branch to the county and eventually becoming the pinnacle of Welsh agriculture and taking on the position as president of NFU Cymru. That's where predominantly I've got to know Stephen, and he's become a firm friend, as have the family, and I think we're all absolutely delighted at NFU Cymru that he's got this award. It's a fantastic testament to the effort, the hard work and the years he's put in on behalf of the industry and the sector. He's been a real advocate over those years as well for the next generation, establishing the next generation group with NFU Cymru, but also working closely and being a real advocate for the YFC movement as well. And I think the generations have come through, have looked to Stephen for guidance, and he's nurtured and brought people through, which is really, really fantastic and testament to Stephen. He's held a lot of other positions as well, whether it be chairman of or on the board at CCF, president of the Pembrokeshire Show, as well as involved in other groups, grassland societies, etc. So look, it's absolutely brilliant he's got this award tonight. It's testament to all the hard work and effort he's put in for the sector. He's never asked for any praise, and he probably will be uncomfortable getting this, but it is so well deserved. And as I say, the team at NFU Cymru are absolutely delighted. He's an absolute pleasure to work with him. He's respected not only within Pembrokeshire, not only within Wales, but across the whole of the UK and indeed Europe. I've spent a lot of time with Stephen, working with the presidents across the UK, but also going out to Europe regularly, and the regard he's held in out there is absolutely superb. We've also travelled overseas as well, outside Europe, and again, people are always interested with Stephen, always want to talk to him, and he's got that real sort of warmth and generosity with his time, and it goes down incredibly well. And more than anything, he's just a really fantastic bloke. People are really warm to Stephen. He's friendly. He can form relationships with anybody, whether it be ministers, members, farmers, or people overseas. So, what a top man. Absolutely delighted for him, and this is so well deserved, and enjoy your evening.
Me now to say, enjoy your evening, have a great time, chat with everybody here. It's a lovely time of the year to come together again and share all the stories as well. So enjoy the evening, have a great time, and congratulations to the winners and all the nominees tonight. You're all winners. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
And next year, if you're free, bring me a tie. Okay, mwynhewch y swper, a welwn chi wedyn. I'm full to the brim, I don't know about you, but I want to thank Lantra, first of all, for organising the menu, full of local quality produce, of course. Fel fysa chi'n disgwyl, bwyd da Cymreig. Da ni gyd wedi mwynhau do, felly diolch yn fawr iawn hefyd wrth gwrs i'r Metropole am ddarparu hwnna. Da ni chydig ar ei holi, Ond dim ond achos bod ni'n mwynhau, a dwi'n siŵr bod chi'n mwynhau y cyfle i gael siarad efo'ch gilydd fyd. I'm sure you're enjoying just having a clonk, really, because it's the first big meeting of the year for many of us, so it's great to be here. Now then, our winners tonight. We're coming to the nitty-gritty now. Our winners tonight represent the many age groups and varied sectors that make up our land-based and environmental industries. You know, farming has gone out of it as a title now. It's land-based and environment. That's what we're doing these days. Our shortlisted candidates this evening have been nominated by college tutors, training providers, industry leaders and Farming Connect delivery partners. Yeah? Mae'n enillwyr ni heno yn cynrychioli grwpiau oedran niferus a'r sectorau amrywiol sy'n rhan o'r diwydiannau tir ac amgylchedd. Mae'r ymgeiswyr sydd ar y rhestr fer heno wedi cael ei henwebu gan diwtoriaid coleg, darparwyr hyfforddiant, arweinwyr diwydiant a phartneriaid darparu cyswllt ffermio. Dwi am groesawu rwan i'r llwyfan felly gynorthwyo ni efo'r gwobrwyo yma 2 berson ffyddlon iawn I Lantra a'r gwobrau yma, sef yn gyntaf Mr Trevor Owen ac Mr Eirin Jones. Y ddau o'n ymddiriedolwyr Lantra. 2 of the Lantra trustees will now help with the presentation. So that's Trevor Owen, and I want to tell Trevor that we had a chat last year that I wasn't upskilling enough. I have now got a chainsaw certificate, Trev. So that's spot on. And I will say, and you know what? Just on that point, I had a bloody good time. And I've been using a chainsaw. I'm going to be 66 in September. I've been using a chainsaw since I was 14. And probably wrongly in many cases. I am now, just before I retire, hitting peak efficiency with the use of a chainsaw. And that's all down to a chat I had with Trevor Owen here last year. And then the second person then, of course, is known to you all from his lecturing career and his banking career then. And now he's walked every hill that you own, I think, if you look at his social media, Eirin Jones. And I also have the pleasure of singing Plygain with him at the end of every year in Talabont. So he's a talented musician on top of everything else. But tonight, these guys are here to present these awards. So, drawch i'r llwyfan, hogia, sgwelwch y dda. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi, Trevor ac Eirin. Rwan ta, y gwobr gynta heno, the first award is going to be Dysgwr Ifanc y Flwyddyn, the Lantra Young Learner of the Year. I was confused by this because one is awarded by Lantra and one is awarded by Farming Connect, but it's a very, very different group of people. Lantra are awarding the education and college sector, if you like, and then Farming Connect is more open to farmers like me who are needing some training later in life, really. But there we are. Mae'r ymgeiswyr yn cael ei beirniadu ar y cynnydd maen nhw wedi ddangos yn ei astudiaethau, y dystiolaeth maen nhw wedi ddangos yn ei profiad gwaith a'i cyflogaeth, a'r gwybodaeth a'r brwdfrydedd maen nhw wedi ddangos yn ystod cyfweliadau gyda'r panel beirniadu. Yeah, so the candidates are judged on the progression they have shown within their studies, the evidence they have demonstrated within their work experience and employment, and their knowledge and enthusiasm. This is a good one, enthusiasm extracted during an interview with our judging panel. So, Eirin Jones, I gyflwyno y shortlist. Y rhestr fer gan Eirin Jones I ddechrau.
Diolch yn fawr iawn I ti, Alun, a mi da ni mor bell wrth yn gilydd a gyda ni yng Nghapel Bethel, Talabont yn canu Plygain. Alun is with the top tenors over in that side, and I'm doing my best over this side. Anyway, noswaith dda iawn I chi, diolch yn fawr I chi am dod ata ni heno. Ar gyfer y 2 wobr sydd yn dod nesaf, mi gafodd Trevor, Llynos a finna 2 ddiwrnod arbennig iawn yn sgwrsio hefo'r ymgeiswyr o bob cwr o Gymru. So for the next 2 awards, Trevor, Llynos and I were exceptionally impressed by the learning that was demonstrated by those nominated this evening for these 2 awards. We were so impressed that they had such clear and ambitious goals for their future lives. They provided strong evidence of their learning and its impact on themselves and on others. Roedd yr rhai sydd wedi henwebu heno yn dangos dealltwriaeth eiddfed, ac nifer ohonyn nhw yn bobl ifanc, ond oedd yr eiddfedrwydd yn sicr yna. Oedd yn dangos dealltwriaeth eiddfed o'r heriau sy'n ei wynebu nhw fel unigolion ac fel sector. Ac oedd eu brwdfrydedd nhw yn heintus I ffynnu ac I llwyddo. Those nominated this evening had such a mature understanding of the challenges facing themselves and their sectors. But they really demonstrated an infectious personal enthusiasm to adapt and to evolve and to grasp the opportunities that will be ahead. So, dwi am gyflwyno yr rhai sydd ar yr rhestr fer I chi. Mae genna ni... Mae genna ni gyfrin nhw, mae genna ni 5 ffordd nhw. Yn gyntaf, Cian Rhys o Bethesda, yng Ngwynedd, wedi'w enwebu gan Coleg Llanllifon. Secondly, Ellen Firth from Llanfer Dyffryn Clwyd, Ruthin, nominated by Mentera. Harry Jones o Langwm, Ger Corwen, wedi enwebu gan Coleg Llanllifon. Harvey Houston from Llanfihangel yn Hywyn, Ynys Môn, nominated by Coleg Llanllifon. A Menna Jones o'r Trallwm Dyffryn Banw, nominated by NPTC. Felly mi gawn ni gipolwg ar y fideo ar y rhai sydd ar y rhestr fer.
Enw fi ydi Cian Rhys, dwi'n dod o Bethesda a da ni'n ffarmio yma yn Bangor ar fferm Metropole. Dwi wedi gwneud aml I beth fel Lantra, aml I gyrsia ac yn y blaen. Dwi wedi bod ar gwrs safety motorbike. Dwi wedi gwneud cwrs diogelwch tractor ac yn ddiweddar dwi'n gwneud cwrs telehandler fyd. O'n i'n ddisgwyl o dweud gwir yr enwebiad a yn ddiweddar mae o wedi dechrau setio mewn. Dwi'n teimlo'n ofnadwy o falch bod fi wedi cael o a dwi'n mor hapus I gael y cyfle o gael yr enwebiad gen Lantra. Dwi'n gobeithio cael fwy o fforddiant a cael yr pethau dwi angen I fynd ymlaen mewn bywyd o fewn yr undeb amaeth ac yn y blaen. Dwi hefyd yn rhan o'r Agri Academy, felly mae defnyddio cyrsia drwy Lantra yn helpu fi gael cyfleoedd fel yr Agri Academy a gwybod bod fi wedi cael y cyfle gyn Farming Connect. Mae o'n helpu fi efo Lantra I fynd ymlaen I gael swyddi gobeithio uchel I parch o fewn amaeth. A mae holl gyrsia Lantra yn helpu fi tuag at hynna, felly dwi'n gobeithio wneud lot mwy o Lantra.
I'm Ellen and we live up in Ruthin in North Wales. I run a flower farm and floristry business that runs alongside a pedigree flock of sheep. And everything in the farm business comes across and plays a part in the flower farm. So all of the manure from my sheep goes onto the flowers, all of the wool is on the pathways, and then I also breed pedigree Welsh Harlequin ducks. And they're the slug control on the farm, so they're able to keep us kind of growing organically and keeping on control of the pests that we've got with the flowers. And then the pedigree sheep are sold for breeding. We also supply a hotel with luxury premium lamb, and then we show them as well. So there's a big range of things. I've done all sorts of courses over the years, but sort of my most recent ones have been a lambing course and just have that reassurance and refresher that we're doing the right things. And then I've also done a shearing course, which is one of the first things I did when I left school. I was fed up with waiting for shearers to turn up and decided I was going to teach myself. But yeah, I'm very honoured to even be considered to be nominated and shortlisted. Didn't expect that at all, so it's really lovely.
Harry Jones dwi'n dod o'r Llangwm, jyst ar bwys Cerrig y Drydion. Dwi'n astudio cwrs lefel 3 mewn amaethyddiaeth yn Coleg Llanllifon. A dwi hefyd yn ffermio fferm adre tra'n gweithio ar ffarm Rug Estate lawr y ffordd, jyst ar ochr draw I Corwen. Efo Lantra, dwi wedi cael gwneud cwrs tractor sydd wedi galluogi mi weithio ar y fferm yn Rug ac y fferm adre. Dwi'n dechrau ar gwrs dreifio'r telehandler rwan a dwi wedi gwneud cwrs dipio defed hefyd. Dwi'n gobeithio I ddefnyddio beth dwi wedi dysgu fel Lantra yn y dyfodol I gario ymlaen I dal I ddysgu ac dal I fwynhau beth dwi'n gwneud, a wneud o'n saffach a wneud o dan reolaeth lle dwi'n gwybod beth dwi'n gwneud ac deall beth dwi'n gwneud, ynde. Dwi'n falch iawn o gael fy enwebu i'r gwobredd Lantra a dwi'n edrych ymlaen iawn i'r noson.
Hello, my name is Harvey Morgan Houston and I am from RAF Valley on Anglesey in North Wales. I am currently a countryside management worker and that entails several jobs such as tree safety works, tree felling, as well as invasive species control and grass cutting, among other things. So far with Lantra I've completed my chainsaw certificate, my chipper certificate, strimmer certificate, and I'm looking toward going for my climbing within the next 6 months. I'm honoured to have been nominated for the Lantra Under 20 Award. I wasn't expecting it, and to have seen my result come through in the post when it did, and then to be nominated after was quite an honour. I hope to be able to restore some of the Welsh landscapes to its previous and more natural state. Hopefully help increase the biodiversity, which is currently ever growing but needs help.
Mena Jones dwi, a dwi'n dod o Llangadfan yn Sir Drefaldwyn. Dwi'n ffarmio adre yma efo'n heulu, ffarmio defr y gwartheg ar 3 safle ac yn magu chydig o ddefed meals yn rhoi texel ar Charlie yn yno a gwartheg beef wedyn yn mynd I stores yn fach yn Trallwm. Cyrsed wedi bod yn gwneud efo Lantra ydy lot o bethau fel efo biking modur, ATV training. Dwi yn gwneud Manitou training wan o fian. Cyrsus bethau fel dipio defed sy'n handi iawn I fi adrych os da ni'n mynd allan yn dipio defed. Efo beth dwi wedi dysgu fel Lantra, dwi'n gobeithio defnyddio hyn I fynd I Aber, i'r Brifysgol yn Aber I amaethyddiaeth. A wedyn mynd yn bellach I swydd, ond cyn hynny sy'n ni'n caru mynd I Seland Newydd I Australia I gneifio am beth. Teimlo am yr ynrebiad, oedd ychydig bach yn sioc dwi'n meddwl amser o gath y coleg dweud I ddweud o. Ond dwi'n teimlo'n hapus iawn a balch iawn bod nhw wedi meddwl amdano ac ydy wedi ynwebu fi i'r wobr hon.
Wel, ardderchog iawn o'r wir. Dwi'n gweithio bod hynny'n rhoi blas I chi o'r pleser ar unigol. I hope that gives you at least a flavour of the pleasure that we as judges had in meeting these young people. A mi swn I hefyd os gai ddiolch I Richard a criw Telescope am yr gwaith ardderchog maen nhw'n gwneud yn cynhyrchu'r fideos. Mae'n gwerthfawrogi. I've always wanted to do this bit. Yr enillydd yw, and the winner is... How long can I keep them waiting, do you think? The winner is Ellen Firth. Please come and join us, Ellen. Probably even tell even more strongly how impressed we were because we don't have just one runner-up, we have 2 runners-up. And our 2 runners-up, y ddau sydd yn dod fyny nesa, the 2 are Harvey Houston and Cian Rhys. Please welcome to the stage. Hefyd, I ddod i'r llwyfan, have a pob clod, and also please come to the stage. Very, very highly commended as well. Harry Jones and Menna Jones. Rhowch croeso i'n hwytha hefyd. Ti'n dweud hwn, Alun, na fi sy'n dweud,
O ie.
Right, so we'll move on. So our second award this evening is the Lantra Learner of the Year. And we have 3 shortlisted candidates, and they are Bethan Dalton from Newport, Gwent, nominated by Bridgend College, Chelsea Lawrence from Talasarn, Carnarvon, nominated by Coleg Llanllifon, a Lyned Davies o Banwen, Castellnedd, wedi wynebu gan Simply the Best Training Consultancy. So mi gawn ni edrych ar y fideos. Let's have a look at the finalists here as well. Thank you. Diolch yn fawr.
My name's Bethan, and I'm originally from the Swansea Valleys, and I live in Newport now and study with Pencoed College in Bridgend. I currently work for Rhondda Cynon Taf Council as a biodiversity officer. I've been studying at Pencoed College for the past 3 years, and I've been studying environmental conservation, and that's what's led to the Lantra nomination. I'd love to continue learning with Lantra. It's something I'll keep an eye out for future courses that I can take part in. I feel excited about the nomination. Yeah, I'm very grateful for my lecturer nominating me and feel very proud to have been nominated.
Hey, so my name's Chelsea Alam and I'm from Gwynedd. I'm a self-employed woodworker and handywoman. I also hold spoon carving sessions and I do primary school woodworking sessions as well with primary school age. So far with Lantra, I'm in the middle of doing a level 3 in forestry and arboriculture. And through that I have also done a Lantra chipper certificate. I've done the Lantra awarded First Aid plus F certification. And I am about to do my chainsaw ticket through Lantra as well. So going forwards, I'd really love to be able to draw together all of the skills that I've learned through Lantra and to be able to hopefully obtain an apprenticeship as an ecological surveyor. I feel extremely humbled and quite overwhelmed and in awe that somebody would choose me. I don't understand it, but I'm grateful.
Lyned Davies, fi'n 23 a dod o Banwen, ffarmwr gyda David a Moch a dechrau busnes yn neud fath o butchery dy bwyd trwy fel adio value to meat and using the poorer cuts to get more people to eat the whole animal rather than wasting it. In the future I hope to use Lantras, what I've learned from it. I'll be using the food hygiene because then I can use that in the business. There's so many different skills and courses that you can do through them, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it and see what comes up in the future. But yeah, I was grateful to be nominated and it just goes to show that someone out there is thinking that you're doing something.
A'r enillydd ydy, the winner is Lyned Davies. Llongyfarchiadau mawr iddi. Our runner-up this evening is Bethan Dalton. Please welcome Bethan to the stage. And please also welcome to the stage, very highly commended, Chelsea Lawrence.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, mae yna i Trefor ag Eirin a llongyfarchiadau i bawb, ac o'n i'n arbennig o hoff o'r syniad, wel, os di'r cneifiwr ddim yn dod ar amser, wel, dysgu blydi cneifio, de. Spot on, de, ni'n licio hwnna. Dwi'n bod Hugh Williams y bala, meddwl bod ni'n mor ddoniol. Ond beth bynnag, o'n i'n symud ymlaen. Our next category is the Farming Connect Young Learner of the Year Award. All learners have demonstrated a commitment to learning, obviously, and have shown clear benefits to their business. The training has positive effects on efficiency, financial bottom line performance, and safe working practices. I like this translation coming up now. Chi yn Gymraeg, yn de'n categori nesaf di gwobr dysgwr ifanc y flwyddyn cyswllt ffermio. Mae pob un o'r dysgwyr wedi dangos ymrwymiad i ddysgu ac wedi dangos manteision clir i'w busnes sy'n braw fod hyfforddiant cael effeithiau cadarnhaol ar effeithlonrwydd, a hwn yn ei licio, perfformiad gwelodlin ariannol, neu proffidioldeb os liciwch chi, ac arferion gwaith diogel. So, rhowch groeso rwan i Sara Lewis, dirprwy gyfarwyddwr Lantra Cymru, a Kevin Thomas, cyfarwyddwr Lantra Cymru, i gyflwyno'r ymgeiswyr sydd ar y restr fer. Please welcome now Sarah Lewis, Deputy Director of Lantra Wales, and Kevin Thomas, Director of Lantra Wales, to introduce the shortlisted candidates. And this is a double act to be reckoned with, I reckon.
Noswaith dda, good evening. I think I've pulled a short straw, considering all he's doing is shaking hands. But there we are. Our shortlisted candidates for the Farming Connect Young Learner Awards are Emma Matthews from Cowbridge, Vale Morgan, nominated by Simply the Best Training Consultancy, and George Wozencroft from Ryder Powys, nominated by Jimmy Hughes Services. Let's take a look at our finalists.
I'm Emma Matthews. I'm from Sigginston in South Wales, just outside Cowbridge. I work as a livestock buyer for a company called Keepack in Merthyr. So I buy cattle and sheep for the factory. And then on the side, I have my own sheep flock and I farm with my parents with their suckler herd. With Lantra, I've done 2 courses relating to business. I've done one with planning a diversification on the farm and the other course with starting a business up, bookkeeping, VAT, etc. and business planning. Using what I've learned with Lantra, I'm going to start my own business, which is finishing billy kids from the dairy industry and selling kid meat on. I'm hoping to do another business course just to brush up on my skills and do a few other things in the new year then.
My name is George Wozencroft. I'm a 3rd generation farmer here at Llandrindod Farm near Ryder. We predominantly farm 230 mule ewes, 600 Welsh ewes, improved Welsh, and we have 30 suckler cows, and we have 16,000 laying hens. And we supply Stonegate, who then supply Waitrose with our Clarence Court Burford Brown egg. With Lantra, I've done many courses in regards to first aid, VAT and bookkeeping, implementing small changes, looking into more data-led stuff to do with the hens, energy usage through different types of lights on the farm side of things in regards to the beef and sheep. Just obviously looking at best practices going forward with antibiotic use, different systems, feeding. I was a bit surprised about the nomination, to be fair. A lot of people know me and I'm very chatty, I suppose, but stuff like this is a bit out of my comfort zone, but yeah, very gracious to be nominated by probably a lot of other very good candidates.
And I will say, by starting by saying congratulations to both of them. They interviewed very well. But there has to be a winner, and the winner is Emma Matthews. Please welcome Emma to the stage. Congratulations. the stage. Congratulations.
Da iawn. Llongyfarchiadau. Yn categori nesaf sy'n cael ei gwobrio gan Sarah a Kevin yn fan hyn ydy categori gwobr dysgwr gydol oes y flwyddyn cyswllt ffermio. Our next category is the Farming Connect Lifelong Learner of the Year Award. So let's hear from Sarah now about our shortlisted candidates.
Okay. We've got 3 candidates shortlisted for this category, and the candidates for the Farming Connect Lifelong Learner of the Year Awards are Geraint Lewis from Bilth Wells Powys, who's been nominated by Jimmy Hughes Services. We've got Mair James from Penabont Carmarthen, nominated by Really Pro. And we've got Maria Watts from Brecon Powys, nominated again by Simply the Best Training. Let's take a look at our finalists.
Hi, my name's Geraint Lewis. I live in Roscoe, Bilth Wells, and we're on the English borders. We've got a 120-acre farm, and we've been here for about 5 years. I've got 3 main interests really. I work for Welsh Government part-time, and I've got the farm, 120-acre farm, that's grazed out at the moment, and I've also got my own ecological surveying business. With Lantra, I've carried out a number of courses, mainly in spraying and safe use of pesticides, which I've put to good use on the farm over the last few years, but about 6 courses in all over the last 2 years. Moving forward, I've had a number of site visits here, educational visits. I'm hoping to develop that on the farm, so I'm looking to Lantra for some support in developing that side of the business.
My name is Mair James, and I live in Trelech. I work at the United County Showground in Carmarthen as a secretary. I have done several courses with Lantra. It has gained my confidence and my skills in the computers, in financial work as well, and that has helped me in my work and in my agricultural role as well, doing all the accounts. The nomination was a bit of a shock. Didn't expect it. And it's a great pleasure to be nominated.
My name is Maria Watts and I'm from Brecon. I'm practice manager for Rural Advisor, so we are a rural business consultancy and we cover all of Wales. With Lantra, I have done 3 of the business and marketing courses. From that, I've also done my accountancy training. Very flattered to receive the nomination. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of very strong candidates. My plan is to make best use of the training by going forward and offering services to farming community and rural businesses to help with business support. So I'd like to offer a bookkeeping service as well as other support. I'm looking at other options at the moment, and Julie from Simply the Best is trying to encourage me to do more courses as we speak.
Well done to the 3 finalists. But our winner is Mair James. Please welcome Mair to the stage. Our runner-up for this category is Maria Watts. Maria, please come to the stage. also like to welcome Jimmy Hughes of Jimmy Hughes Services to the stage to accept the award on behalf of Geraint, who unfortunately can't be here this evening.
Fantastic. Nice to see Jimmy Hughes coming up to the stage as well. All kinds of training available by Jimmy Hughes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I sat on their table, that's all it is. It was great, a really good company. Okay, moving on. Yn categori nesa ni ydy Gwobr Agri-Start Lantra. Our next category is Lantra Agri-Start Award, and if you don't know what that is, Sarah's about to tell you.
Okay, AgriStart has been a pilot project that's been delivered by Lantra in 2024. It's been funded by the UK government through the UK Shared Prosperity Fund and supported by Powys County Council. A total of 165 course places have been supported through the programme, but fortunately the judges have been able to select it down to 2 finalists. And the 2 candidates for this category are Kane Abraham from Newtown Powys, who has been nominated by MUMAC, and we have Melanie Palmer from Rhyadr Powys, who's been nominated by Jimmy Hughes Services. And the winner is, for this category, Melanie Palmer. Let's see what Melanie has to say.
My name is Melanie Palmer. I'm from Rhyadr, which is very local, and I have a background in working on small holdings and things, but at the moment I'm a carer. I'm hoping to go into land management, woodland maintenance, woodland management, wood chippers would be useful for that. I've done emergency first aid at work level 3 and also chainsaw cross-cutting and maintenance. The availability of funding for training is so important in these rural areas where you've got people who are super motivated and sort of passionate about farming and about growing food and things, but they just don't have the agricultural background, don't have the financial background. Any kind of training to do with agriculture or forestry, it's so expensive, and I wouldn't be able to do it, wouldn't be able to get into the industry otherwise off my own back. That funding is just like such a vital foothold to allow people to get into the industry.
Unfortunately, Melanie cannot be with us this evening, but I am going to invite Rachel Hughes from Jimmy Hughes Services to come up and accept her award on her behalf.
Other training providers are available. Iawn, Sarah a Kevin, gwych iawn. A llongyfarchiadau mawr I bawb sydd wedi dod i'r brig. Neu yn agos i'r brig, wrth gwrs, mae pawb sydd yma heno yn enillwyr I bob pwrpas. Felly, yn categori nesaf ni ydy gwobr iechyd a lles anifeiliaid cyswllt ffermio. Mae'r wobr yma ar gyfer unigolion sydd wedi mynychu gweithdai hyfforddiant iechyd a lles anifeiliaid, cyswllt ffermio, I wellai gwybodaeth a iechyd a chynhyrchiant ei da byw. I gyflwyno'r ymgeiswyr sydd ar y rhestr fer, a chyflwyno'r gwobrau, gai ofyn felly I Stephen James fan hyn, cadeirydd grŵp fframwaith iechyd a lles anifeiliaid Llywodraeth Cymru I ymuno â ni. Our next category is the Farming Connect Animal Health and Welfare Award. Now, this award is for individuals who have attended Farming Connect Animal Health and Welfare training workshops, improving their knowledge and improving the livestock health and productivity on their farms. So to introduce the shortlist, I pass you over now to Stephen James. And I have to tell you that Stephen now is a little bit over 40 and he's still training because he showed me how to use AI to improve the assessment of mobility and lameness potential in his dairy cattle. AI could see it before any farmer could. So we've always got something to learn, even after you're 40, like Stephen James.
Diolch, Alun, am y cyflwyniad. Yes, it's artificial intelligence, not artificial insemination, by the way. So, when I had the first email, I thought it was artificial insemination. But, anyway, it is. Anyway, first of all, I'm still peeling myself off the ceiling from the earlier award. I know it was very difficult for John Mercer to say those complimentary words about me, but to be fair on him, he carried on and didn't. But I was also glad in that film that at least it showed me in my boiler suit, which I do wear most of the time these days. So it's anyway. But I'm very pleased that Lantra recognised the importance of animal health and welfare, particularly in this age we live in with what's going on in America. And you know, we're leaders in Wales on animal health and welfare, and particularly on antimicrobial resistance. And it was great to hear George talking about the use of antibiotics in poultry, because they made giant leaps in poultry, and we in Wales should be proud of what we have achieved in the AMR sector particularly. So pleased to be presenting this award tonight. So the two that have been nominated for this award are Jack Deal from Llanwenog in Llanrindod and Lucy Allison from Rose Hill in Ceredigion. Well, I thought that was near Pembrokeshire myself, but I think that's a misspelling there, because I know Lucy, and I think she lives in Pembrokeshire, but then we won't go there. So anyway, let's see the film.
I'm Jack from Tegvan Farm in Llanwenog in Ceredigion. We rear livestock to produce meat for the local area. So we've got our own farm shop here, but also rear fat stock for the market then as well, with lamb, pork, all of our pork's home reared to then sell through the shop. With Lantra, I've done, well, most of the courses really, mostly around the sheep, the reproductive system, looking into lameness, which this time of year is a major problem on the farm, buying in stock, making sure we've got the quarantine systems in place, and working out basically how to build the business better. Bit of a shock when I got the message come through, but no, it's good. It makes you feel like you know you're going in the right direction really.
My name is Lucy Allison. I'm originally from Cornwall and I now live in North Pembrokeshire. I am probably more involved with the calf rearing here at the farm. I also help with the admin, computer inputting to help with the herd management, VAT, Welsh Government paperwork, and probably everything in between that as well. With Lantra, as part of being with our vets as well, I have done courses to do with young stock, Yonis, and different courses then which have helped in the management of the herd to help my husband, and also to help with the calf rearing here to help improve everything that we're doing. So if we find challenges, I want to learn more about them, I want to know what I can do to overcome them, and then I plan to continue trying to improve the health and welfare of the calves we're rearing and the cows here we have on the farm. It's quite a scary thought that I'm been shortlisted as well, which is lovely. But yeah, as I say, we live in a small bubble on the farm, so I feel quite scared.
Pause, and the winner is Jack Deal. Jack Deal. Please. Please welcome Lucy from Pembrokeshire to the north, or North Pembrokeshire, which is near Ceredigion.
Yeah, Ac wrth ddiolch I Stephen a sôn am yr artificial intelligence, wrth gwrs, mi ges i'r fraint o ymweld â'i ffarmo I ffilmio eitem ar gyfer ffermio oedd yn berthnasol I artificial intelligence. I had the blessing, really, of visiting the farm, talking about AI. That's how it came about for the Fermio programme. And here, I would just like to say very quickly how grateful we are as a programme about how much access we are given by Welsh farmers to their farms, to their stories. What we're doing is trying to show best practice, but also just to show a very honest portrayal of farming life, you know. And on the whole, people like it. I don't get too much abuse, really. But it's all down to the contributors. It's nothing to do with us. We're just there to ask the questions. But the talent, the skill, and the progressiveness that we come across every week that we go out is astounding, really. So diolch yn fawr iawn I chi fel, os ydych chi yma fel cyfrannwyr i'r rhaglen, da ni yn gwerthfawrogi ac mae o'n gwneud yn bywyd ni yn hawdd dros ben. Moving swiftly on. Ein categori nesaf ni ydy gwobr garddwriaeth cyswllt ffermio, sy'n dathlu busnesau garddwriaethol sy'n buddsoddi mewn hyfforddi a datblygu staff. Felly, I gyflwyno'r wobr, hoffwn I groesawu i'r llwyfan Sarah Gould rwan, Sarah arall, rheolwr garddwriaeth cyswllt ffermio tro yma, a Peter Seger. Peter Seger, OBE, aelod o'r panel beirniadu. Legend! Sarah, you're a legend as well. But I have to say this, that I bought my Christmas vegetables from Peter Seger, stand Blaen Camel, in the Aberystwyth Farmers Markets. And look, I've got 700 acres and I'm just about making a living. This man is making a living on virtually no acres at all. By growing the vegetables and the fruit and the herbs and the things that are intrinsic to our whole diet. So I've overdone it a bit there. Sorry, Sarah. Sarah Gould, come on up, and Peter Seger, please, to present these awards. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
That was truly overdone.
The Farm and Connect Horticulture Award is given to a business based on their engagement with Farm and Connect Horticulture. The award recognises the commitment made to ongoing horticultural training and continuous professional development. Our shortlisted businesses are White Castle Vineyard from Abergavenny in Monmouthshire and Bonvilston Edge from Bonvilston in the Vale of Glamorgan. Let's take a look at the finalists.
Rob Merchant, White Castle Vineyard. Very pleased, proud, privileged to be nominated. With Lantra, I've been away learning winemaking. We've hosted courses here for viticultural education. The learning I've gained with Lantra we'll use to further develop the business, the education through winemaking and everything else to improve what we do. I find learning interesting and a benefit to the business. So I will continue.
Wel, fy enw yw Geraint Evans a dwi'n byw yn Bro Morgannwg.
I'm Emma Evans and we run together Bonvilston Edge.
We used to work in technology, but then during COVID, I think it was quite life-changing. So we started to grow some vegetables, and then it grew into a bit of a passion. And we were seeing that vegetables and fruit were coming from all over the world. You know, apples from Spain. And we thought, well, why can't we do this? So we decided to get an allotment, but there wasn't one available. And then we found this land, which is 9 acres, and we decided to buy it, pack in our jobs and start growing fruit and veg commercially.
So we've got an apple orchard, we've got a cherry orchard, we've got vines, but mostly we grow a really wide range of fruit and veg, everything from radish to potatoes to leeks.
Lantra have been brilliant for us because we were total novices. You know, we started planting onions upside down because we didn't know how to plant, and without Lantra we wouldn't be anywhere where we are today.
We've had access to a lot of online material, including the health and safety and food hygiene.
It's brilliant to be nominated, but like we're growing with 8 other growers to supply organic, nutritious vegetables to schools, and I think everybody in that group deserves it, but we're fortunate to be in this position and represent everybody else then.
And the winner is White Castle Vineyard. Please welcome Rob Merchant to the stage. And our runner-up is Bonvilston Edge. Please welcome Geraint and Emma Evans to the stage.
Peter Seger can organise more than just vegetables, obviously, and fruit. Look at that. Diolch yn fawr iawn, llongyfarchiadau chi, a diolch eto I Sara a Peter. Glywson ni rhywbeth diddorol iawn ar y fideo yna, glywson ni sôn am gyflenwi ysgolion. We heard a bit about delivering food, fruit and vegetables to schools, and the future looks to be quite interesting if we can get public procurement a little bit more engaged. Our problems are supply chains and the efficiency of delivery and just the absolute supply, isn't it? I know, and Peter will sympathise with me there because you've seen it all in your career and you're the expert in the field, and I'm sure we'll be coming for you for advice this year. I just hope we could get that set up, really. But public procurement is key. If we can't provide for our own children in our schools, then something is seriously wrong, surely, with our systems, I would say. Anyway, but that's only me. Thank you. But that's not in the script. Sorry, Kev, there's a lot not in the script, I know. Never mind. Moving on, diolch Sarah Peter, ond dwada, y categori nesaf ni ydy gwobr arloeswr ffarm cyswllt ffermio. The next category is the Farming Connect Farm Innovator Award. This is going to be quite an interesting one. The category is recognising individuals who have developed, refined and applied an idea into a farming system to improve efficiency, margin falle, through sustainable best practice. So can I ask Erin Jones and Trevor Owen to rejoin us on the stage for a minute, please, to present these awards. So, y categori yma fydd yn cydnabod unigolion sydd wedi datblygu mireinio, dyna chi air da Cymraeg, yn den disgrifio sut ydych chi'n adeiladu rhywbeth a chymhwyso syniad I system ffermio I wella effeithlonrwydd ac elw trwy arfer gorau, a wedyn y gair mawr arall da ni ddefnyddio di cynaliadwy de, sustainable. Everything's got to be sustainable these days, but it's got to be sustainable for nature and for people. That's the challenge, isn't it, always? Gai ofyn i Erin Jones a Trevor Owen I ymuno ni unwaith eto. Over to you, lads. Lads! You're on stage, lads!
Well, thank you very much, Alan. And last year I set you a challenge of getting safe with a chainsaw, so full marks. This year's challenge...
Oh,
no! We're on the lookout for more chainsaw instructors, so perhaps in 12 months' time your proficiency will have developed to a point when you can brag as you have done tonight, actually, about your proficiency as an instructor. You've got excellent communication skills. No problem at all for you.
Oh, dear.
Right, let's get back to the plot, to the script. And the script was actually described very well by Alan. This category was the toughest for Eirin, Llynos and myself to work through, because it's a huge ask. It's a long list of requirements. It's about developing, improving and applying and sharing. Mi oedd y safon yn eithriadol o uchel. A mi gymoedd gymaint amser I ni fynd trwy'r ceisiadau yma na rhai o'r categoriau eraill lle yna llawer mwy o ymgeiswyr. A mi oedd rhai o'r ymgeiswyr wedi danfon gwybodaeth I ni ar ôl I ni asesu nhw a'i cyweld nhw. Dyna pa mor keen oedden nhw. Ac da ni'n ddiolchgar iawn am ei ymroddiad. Mi oedd bob un ohonyn nhw'n dangos uchelgais, y fodlon cymryd risg efo'r busnes, risg efo arian eu hunain, a bob un hefyd wedi profi llwyddiant wrth cymryd y risg yna. Ac hefyd, sut, ac yn dangos ac yn profi ni, sut oedd yr arloesi wedi cyfrannu a gwella perfformiad I busnes, dim just yn y tymor byr, ond hefyd yn y tymor hir. This was the category that actually exercises the most this year. It took us long to chew over the evidence we had before us, both in written format, some of which came after the interviews. There was so much to go through, but also during the conversations that we had with everybody. And each and every one of them demonstrated genuine ambition. They proved very successful. Each of their ambitions had realized into practical, replicatable and scalable initiatives that not only were contributing to their own businesses, but could also benefit many other businesses. Our shortlisted candidates this year are David Evershed from Clarach, Aberystwyth, and David was nominated by Mentera. Jess and John Goodwin from Llanandras, or Prestine, Powys, nominated by Jimmy Hughes Services. That's not a name I'm familiar with, so I had to look a little bit more carefully at my script. Llyr Griffiths o Llangoedmor, Aberteifi, wedi enwebu gen Mentera, a Rhys Davies o Treffynon, Sir y Flint, wedi enwebu gen Mentera. Let's have a good look at our finalists.
My name's David Evershed. I'm a farmer from here near Aberystwyth in Ceredigion. And we're a small sheep farm here. We've got about 900 ewes. I'm going to keep learning the sort of the land-based skills stuff, because that's the bit that I missed out on by leaving home to go to university and everything. I never really learned how to use the machines and you know, more of that sort of land management side of things. A big part of that has been a lot of the safety training I've done with Lantra and some of the online stuff that's available. The tractor and the quad bike course as well, and my spray certificates, yeah. And yeah, with Farming Connect, been doing this project, the one I've been nominated for this award for, where we're looking at the water availability on my farm. So one of the first things I noticed when I came back was that the spring water supply that feeds our farm, for which there's no other option, no mains option, is very limited in the dry summers that we have had in the past. By doing this, we have been able to quantify how much water we've got in the drier months, and that has enabled me to make some sort of business plan going forward as to how many sheep we can have, and critically, how we can introduce a rotational grazing system, which is going to hopefully increase our productivity. I'm very proud to be nominated for the awards. To be called an innovator is really great.
My name's John Goodwin. This is my wife Jess, and we farm at Hindwell Farm in the Radnor Valley. We're a very traditional mixed farm, 60 Angus suckler cows, 700 wool shedding sheep, 200 acres in crop, a farmhouse accommodation business and Jesse's farm shop.
The farm shop was born just after COVID. We were inundated with boxes during COVID and needed a new way to sell our products. Hence we looked at vending machines and the rest is history.
I think that as long as the courses are relevant to us, we'd love to work closely with Lantra in the future.
Really excited about the nomination, quite overwhelmed that somebody put us forward for the award, and yeah, really quite proud.
Enw yw Llyr Griffiths de, a dwi'n ffarmo yn Tafarn Bigel, ffarm deuluol. Fi yw'r pedwerydd cenedlaeth, a gobeithio bydd yn fab i Noa yn dilyn fel 500 cenedlaeth. Ni'n godro chydig dros 500 o dda Holstein pur, yn treial cynyddu gymryd o llath, wel, milk from forage a sydd yn bosib de. Gyda Lantra, nes i'r tryout fund yn tyfu maize yn gymysg gyda blodau haul mwyn cynyddu y protein yr crop de. Oherwydd mae prynu protein mlaen i'r ffarm yn cost sylweddol o ran y busnes. Gyda mwy o analysis de ar yr crop, i ni'n mynd i wneud rhagor o waith yn y blynyddoedd sy'n dod. Rwy'n falch iawn am cael ei enwebu, a mae'n neis i gael bach o recognition am y gwaith i ni'n wneud, a jyst sôn am y stori da i wneud efo amaethyddiaeth.
Helo, yn enw i di Rhys Davies. Dwi'n dod o Moor Farm yn Tryffynon, Sir y Fflint. Dyn ni'n godro, jyst dros 100 o warth y godro mewn system lloia bloc y Gwanwyn. Dyn ni'n lloio bob peth lawr mewn cyfnod o 8 wythnos yn mis Mawrth ag Ebrill, a dyn ni'n trio cynhyrchu gymaint o laeth os sy'n bosib oddi ar porfa dros y flwyddyn. Yn y gorffennol, dwi wedi bod yn ffodus iawn i gwneud cyrsiau megis trin traed ag cwrs ffrwythloni artiffisial. Yn sicr cloffni yn rhywbeth sydd yn gallu bod yn benbleth mawr ar ffermydd llaeth ac yn sicr wrth gwblhau'r cwrs trin traed. Dwi wedi gallu gwneud i siŵr bod bob buwch yn cael ei trin yn brydlon. Ges i bach o fraw i ddeud y gwir bod fi wedi cael yn enwebu enwedig yn y categori yma. Nas oedd o'n deimlad braf iawn, gwybod bod ni yn gwneud y pethau iawn a bod yna cydnabyddiaeth am hynna yn dod oddi ar y cyswllt ffermio a Lantra.
Gwych. Pedwar achos gwahanol iawn, ac mae hynny efallai yn esbonio pam oedd y gwaith mor anodd i ddiddoli nhw. Ond mi oeddwn ni yn gorfod gwneud hynny, ac ar ôl trafod am peth amser, da ni wedi dod i gasgliad. The winners of the Farming Connect Farm Innovator Award for 2024. Please welcome the winners to the stage, Jess and John Goodwin. Our runner-up is David Evershed. Please welcome David to the stage. Finally, we would also like to welcome Llyr Griffiths and Rhys Davies to the stage as our highly commended farm innovators.
Llongyfarchiadau bawb a diolch i Eirin ac i Trevor yma yna. Y wobr ola am heno, mae'n cael ei chyflwyno ar y cyd â sefydliad ysbrydoledig iawn sy'n cefnogi bobl ifanc o fewn cymunedau ffermio a gwledig ledled Cymru. Mi sefydlwyd ffermwyr dyfodol Cymru gan Dai Davies, ac yn dilyn farwolaeth llynedd, mae'r wobr hon yn cael ei henwi anrhydedd iddo fo. Ac i gyflwyno gwobr effaith ffermwyr Cymru y dyfodol, Dai Davies, felly, hoffwn i wahodd plant Dai Davies, Sian Defro a Richard Davies, i'r llwyfan, os gwelwch yn dda. Thank you. Our final award category, I'll say that so that everybody understands now, is undertaken in conjunction with an inspirational organisation supporting young people within the farming and rural communities across Wales, the Future Farmers of Wales. It's founded by Dai Davies. Unfortunately, we lost him last year. This award is named in his honour. So, to present the Future Farmers of Wales Dai Davies Impact Award, now there's a title for you. I would like to invite the children, and I'm sorry to call you kids now, but please come up, Sian Defra and Richard Davies, to represent Dai Davies to the stage, please. Welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to all the nominees and winners this evening. Sian and I have great pleasure in being able to present this award on behalf of the Future Farmers of Wales. So the winner of the Future Farmers of Wales, Dai Davies Impact Award, goes to Erin McNaught.
Fy enw i yw Erin Fflir McNaught a dwi'n dod o'r Bala yn Gogledd Cymru. Fi wedi pedwerydd cenedlaeth wan i fod yn ffermio ar fferm y Pandy. Dyn ni'n cadw defed a gwartheg a hefyd yn cyfforddi cwn defed. Yn y gorffennol, dwi wedi bod yn gwneud lot o gwaith efo'r NFU. O'n i yn llys ganadod i'r ffermwyr ifanc ac wedyn symud ymlaen i fod yn eistedd ar y bwrdd da byw yn NFU Cymru. Yn diweddar, dwi wedi bod yn yr Eidal yn cynrychioli ffermwyr Prydain yno yn cyfarfodydd y G7, lle oedden ni'n trafod gwahanol materion o gwahanol gwledydd, ac o hwnna'n agorau llygad i gweld sut oedd amaethu ym mhob cwr o'r wlad. Dwi'n teimlo'n gyffrous iawn i fynd i'r noson gwobrwyo a gweld yr holl pobl eraill wedi cael ei nomeneiddio i wahanol bethau. Mae'n fraint cael fod wedi ei nomeneiddio i'r gwobr yma, ond mae'n neis bod y gwaith wedi bod yn gwneud yn y diwydiant amaethyddiaeth yn cael ei gweld. Dwi'n cyffrous tuag at y dyfodol. Dwi'n amau bod yna wahanol cyfleon i ffermwyr, ond mae'n bwysig bod ni fel ffermwyr hefyd yn rhannu ein stori, boed trwy cyfryngau cymdeithasol neu trwy cael pobl yma ar y fferm. Mae'n bwysig bod ni'n rhannu ein stori er mwyn cael pobl dall lle mae bwyd yn cael ei gynhyrchu.
Dyna ni, felly gwobrwyo yn dirwyn i ben ar yw chydig o gyfle gen I remember last year I forecast a few things, I got it all wrong. One of them that we would be sponsored by sprayers, possibly Monsanto, because so many people use sprays. And the other, that Kayawaka would come in, because everybody seemed to be wearing Kayawaka. Now it's Stony Creek! So, yeah, no, I got it all wrong. Na fe. Ar ran Lantra Cymru felly di, a phawb sy'n bresennol yma heno, a'r diwydiant yn ehangach, hoffwn i gynnig yn llongyfarchiadau ni gyd yn ddiffiant iawn i chi, a diolch am yr hyn sydd wir wedi bod yn gyfraniad eithriadol a hynod arwyddocaol i gynifer o agweddau ar amaethyddiaeth Cymru a bywyd gwledig. Diolch i chi gyd sydd wedi cystadlu a llongyfarchiadau. Yeah, my congratulations on behalf of Lantra Cymru. This is coming now. Who wrote this script? And thank you, Kevin and Ivan, for being so organised, because I'm not, really. And I've lost my my manageress, really, in Rachel, who would keep me under control. But anyway, on behalf of Lantra Wales, and all of those present this evening, and the wider industry, I want to offer you all very sincere congratulations, and thank you for what you're doing for the industry, really, because it raises us all when you do well. When our young people especially succeed, we know that we can look forward with confidence, really, and we'll sort the inheritance tax business, no problem, won't we? You know, we'll just give the young people control earlier in the process, innit? Or do what Ian Rickman does and get somebody else in to do his work. Any of those things can work, you know, but there are answers out there, and the answers are very often to do with being open to new ideas, you know, and we're going to have to be open to new ideas. And I have to say personally, now that I've met Hugh Iranka, I'm looking forward to what this means, really. Because I do think we're getting closer to a partnership approach than we had previously. So that's good news, I think. And we rely on our negotiators of all ages, but the unions, the Clwbiau Fferwyr Ifanc, all those people who are talking about the industry, teaching, if you like, the civil servants what we have on offer and the way we want to be able to deliver it is very critical. They can't do it without us. And I think they've realised that, really, and that's good news. The future will be challenging, but so long as we, you know, I'll be 66, as I said, in September, and I could give up, really. But I'm actually thinking about what Trevor said. I'm not going to train anybody to use a chainsaw, but I'll certainly look for the next opportunity to use what's on offer in this room by these various training agencies, including Jimmy Hughes, possibly. So looking forward to it, really. Let's think positive. One other thing as well, looking at the farm protest that we had last year, and then one of the awards being given in memory of the great Brynleu Williams. And think of how he acted in the last fuel protest, which is where he came to fame, really. He got a good job out of it as well. But, you know, he really kept his self-respect and he found the middle way. And that's what we need to do, I think. You know, we live our lives amongst people and we all want slightly different things and we meet somewhere along the way and that's when we're happiest. So let's aim to be happy in the next few years as we farm, really. That's what I want to say. Ar nodyn personol yn de hefyd, yn de, mae gen I 700 o ddefed, rhyw 20 o wartheg, y 5 ci defed, a does neb ond nhw wedi gwrando mor astyd â chi heno. Diolch yn fawr iawn. If you want a translation of that, very quickly, it's a compliment for you, because you've been great as an audience. I've got 700 sheep, I've got about 40 cattle, 5 sheepdogs, and none of them have listened so attentively as you have tonight. Diolch yn fawr iawn i chi. Mwynhewch gweddill y noson. A welwn i chi flwyddyn nesaf, gobeithio.